Welcome to the Jaguar Podcast, a show where we discuss all things related to Duval County's finest NFL football team, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Blue 42, set, what?
Duval, baby! In this episode, I'm going to be doing a pregame analysis of the game between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New Orleans Saints. So let's jump into it. You know, again, I kind of feel like this game could go either way. I feel like I'm having kind of deja vu from the Kansas City game and my thoughts, you know, on that one. I think it could either be, down to the wire game or a blowout, depending whether Jacksonville's defense shows up. I mean, I think that's really, the key factor here. Like I've said before, Jacksonville has to be aggressive in this game with their play calling. They have to put the ball in Gardner Minshew's hands and be aggressive. And it has to come in the first quarter. We have to go out there. We have to go deep. We have to, let Gardner Minshew, make these throws that he does such a good job with. He makes these really tight throws. He's got a real quick release. And, I think it's definitely something that we need to do, more throwing on first down and, give the ball to Leonard Fournette and let's pound the ball. He's had two great games where he rushed for over 100 yards. So we really need to tire out that New Orleans defense, take some of the pressure off of Gardner Minshew as well. I mean, he can't do it all. I mean, we can't just rely on Gardner Minshew the whole time. We have to rely on Leonard Fournette, and he's got to pound the ball and tire out that defense. And, work in Rock Armstead as well. We can't have Fournette getting hurt. We got to take some of the load off of him. So, go to Rock Armstead and let him run the ball a little bit too as well. But, real concerned about Teddy Bridgewater, the New Orleans, backup quarterback. He had a really great game against Tampa Bay, and we need to keep the pressure on him. I mean, we need to have Josh Allen and Ngakoue and Calais Campbell, our defensive ends. They got to be in his face. We got to get the pass rush going. We got to put him on his back. I mean, that's the bottom line. And that's the only way I see us winning this game. And we have to play more aggressive defensively, especially in the secondary. I think, Todd Wash needs to change his scheme here. We need to play a little bit, more man. We've been playing too much zone. We're getting beat on the crossing routes because we're giving these wide receivers too much cushion. So, we need to have Boye, playing up on the wide receiver, like Michael Thomas. Or Jalen Ramsey on Michael Thomas, depending on whether whether he shows up and plays for the game. That's to be determined. More drama, I'm sure, will ensue. He's listed as questionable with that back injury. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully, the secondary plays better because they did not play well against the Carolina Panthers. And if you give Bridgewater time, he's going to make those throws. I mean, he made some great throws in that Tampa Bay game. So I think that'll be another key factor. Defense has to show up. We got to be making tackles. We have to stop the run. I mean, Alvin Kamara, running back for New Orleans, he's great. He's a power runner, and they're going to go to him. And could be a long day for Jacksonville if they can't stop him because he will be out there and they will be giving the ball to him. And, if we let him, run the ball and open up holes and get first downs, our defense is going to get tired real easily. So we have to stop him. We have to close down those gaps. Our defensive tackles, Avery Jones and Marcel Darius, they have to be playing well and, forcing the ball to the outside so our ends and our linebackers can make those tackles. New Orleans has a lot of offensive weapons too. I mean, they have Taysom Hill, who jumps in there and plays quarterback, and then they have Michael Thomas. We're going to have to shut him down. That's going to be real difficult if Jalen Ramsey isn't there. We're going to have to put AJ Bouye on him, and then Trey Herndon will be out there, and he didn't play too well last game, so that's a little concerning. I mean, he did have that one interception, but they overturned it. They have a lot of weapons. I mean, New Orleans has Jared Cook, the tight end. He had a great game as well. So, we'll have to be shutting down those weapons for New Orleans. Jalen Ramsey, hopefully he shows up. Miles Jack, he's got to play better. He did not have a good game against the Panthers. A lot of stupid penalties. We gotta stop with the penalties. I mean, the penalties are killing us again. It's just these shoot ourselves in the foot penalties, and they're really hurting us very badly. I mean, in the Broncos game, that was a disaster with penalties. I think it actually brought back one of our touchdowns. So we got to keep the pressure on. We got to watch out for the penalties and try to reduce those. And, we got to be aggressive offensively and defensively. From a special teams perspective, Lambeau has just been incredible this year. Hopefully he stays consistent. And, I feel like if we pull away with a win with this game, it'll be either a 3-point or touchdown game for Jacksonville. We're playing at home, so we'll have home field advantage. I think if we get the momentum early in the game, we could possibly pull away with a win on this one, because the Jacksonville crowd is great, and there's Minshew mania. I'm wearing my Minshew shirt right now, so Minshew we trust. Hopefully, Marone gives Minshew the ball, lets him throw deep. Hopefully he gets, the passing attack going with, DJ Chark. And, I'm hoping we see Marquise Lee more too. I mean, he had some great catches in the past 2 games for some key first down conversions. And in the Broncos game, he caught, a pass for 5 yards that got us a really crucial first down. And then, in the Panthers game, we saw him as well. He got a first down and then managed to get out of bounds. I don't know how he did it, but it was really an incredible play. He was going to be our number 1 wide receiver last year, then he got hurt. I'm hoping he has more of an impact. Chris Conley too. He's another great wide receiver of ours, and just would like to see more of him. DJ Chark and Westbrook, they've both been playing really great. So I hope we see, just some great plays from them, some deep passes from Minshew to DJ Chark, maybe go play action, switch it up a bit. Got to get Fournette going too as well. We got to rush the ball, run the ball. And, I'm hoping that he has a great game. I don't think the New Orleans defensive line is that good. So I think if we can pound the ball and tire them out, Fournette could make some plays and, may turn the tide of the game for us. So, we'll see what happens. I'm still optimistic, even though we lost the game last week to the Panthers. I think this could be an interesting one, or probably another game down to the wire. So, let me know how you feel about this game. Leave a comment on the YouTube video or podcast episode. Give me a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel. Go Jags, and I'll see you next time.
Let me get that. JYD coming up with the big sack. Quarterbacks beware, we on the prowl. Game day night, you could hear it in our growl. Intimidation on to keep their hearts racing. Eating other teams live on TV front of the nation. Spectacular defensive scheme.
This episode is available on the Jaguar Podcast YouTube channel. So if you stop by, make sure to subscribe and give this video a like. Also, these episodes are available on iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and other major podcast distributors as well. So if you don't mind, please leave me a review and some feedback. I'd really appreciate that. If you'd like to connect with me on social media, my Twitter handle is @JagWarPodcast. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. This is Andrew signing off. Cheers.